When it comes to unique mating rituals found in the animal kingdom, we can all agree that birds have some of the best, from a display of vibrant plumage to an attention-grabbing song, or an intricate dance. Birds, big and small, put on a great show. But why settle for great when you can have greater? Get ready to strut your stuff and shake a tail feather. This is the Greater Sage Grouse.
Hi, my name is Aranya, and you are watching Animalogic's World of Birds. Today we are in Grasslands National Park to catch a glimpse of one of the rarest birds in all of Canada, the Greater Sage Grouse. This right here is the perfect habitat for Greater Sage Grouse. The land is nice and dry and there's lots of sagebrush around. This habitat is doubly perfect because there are no telephone wires and also no fence posts. That's important because those two locations are usually where the predators of Greater Sage Grouse hang out.
This species was simply known as the sage grouse until the Gunnison sage grouse was recognized as a separate species in the year 2000. They've also been called sage hens or sage chickens. Their scientific name, Centrocerus europhasianus, means spiny-tailed pheasant. But don't be fooled. Sage grouse are true grouse, and not pheasants at all. In fact, they are the largest grouse species found in North America.
Females average about 60 centimeters long, weighing about 1.5 kilograms, while males are just a little longer but twice as heavy.
Despite their relatively large size, Greater Sage Grouse are actually strong and fast flyers. They've been known to reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers an hour, although it's mostly only in short bursts. Unlike other grassland species, Greater Sage Grouse are not migratory. In fact, the longest recorded migration was actually here in Grasslands National Park, when they flew 190 kilometers all the way down south to Montana.
Flights of this length are rare for the sage grouse, and sustained flights rarely exceed a few kilometers at a time. Most of their movement is on foot, averaging a kilometer or two per day.
So what makes the Greater Sage Grouse one of North America's most iconic grassland species? Words cannot describe it. Their mating ritual is something you really gotta see to believe.
Every spring, at the break of dawn, sagebrush country fills with a strange burbling sound. In order to attract a mate, groups of male sage grouse meet at a breeding ground called a lek.
It's here they'll perform an elaborate song and dance display, hoping to impress the females watching nearby. It all starts when they take big gulps of air and then puff out their chests like well-oiled bodybuilders. And trust me, male sage grouse take this to a whole new level with some big grouse energy.
They will repeatedly gulp air in order to inflate the bulbous yellow air sacs on their chests. They may hold up to 4 liters of air in a pouch in their esophagus at a time. They then lunge forward or strut to forcefully push the air in and out, rapidly inflating and deflating the air sacs. This makes a popping sound,
Almost like a cork being pulled from a bottle.
This sound can be heard up to a whopping 3 kilometers away.
They will also sweep their wings across their white chests to create a swishing noise and fan their starburst tails.
These displays are performed almost continuously and up to 10 times per minute for several hours early in the morning and late at night. I'm exhausted just talking about it.
Leks normally occur at the same location every year. They're usually located in sparsely vegetated areas with clear visibility, like this.
Some researchers believe the Greater Sage Grouse return to the same mating grounds year after year, generation after generation, sometimes for thousands of years, which is wild when you think about the amount of energy and resources and effort that goes on the part of the animal to keep a species alive.
Females inspect the males closely in order to size up the displays and choose a mate. which can be easy since up to 400 male sage grouse may attend a lek at one time. Individual males can be identified by their unique tail patterns.
Despite all the male bravado on display, the females are the one in charge. Once a female chooses a mate, she crouches and droops her wings slightly to indicate a mating invitation to the male.
We in fact just passed a sign that said that we should be on the lookout for sage grouse if we're driving through this area. This area has restricted access, so you can't drive through it in an hour before or after sunrise or sunset, because that's when the greater sage grouse are performing their mating rituals on the leks.
Sage grouse are polygynous, which means that one male will mate with multiple females. So while there may be dozens of males out on a lek, only a select few will get access to the majority of females. One study recorded a single male mating with 37 different females. He must have been quite a looker.
This puts enormous pressure on males to have the very best display. Oh, so that's why they dance like nobody's watching. It also makes them extremely territorial. A male will return morning after morning to his particular lek and to his particular position within the lek.
After staking their claim, they will vigorously defend their areas on the lek, even though it's just a few meters wide.
Rival males may find themselves in a standoff if they get too close. They start by crouching and giving off a low and repeated clucking. This is just a warning that says, "Don't mess with me." But if the standoff intensifies, they may launch battering attacks with their wings to drive their opponent away.
The stakes are incredibly high,
since most males on the lek end up with no mating opportunities at all.
Like other grouse species, these males have no further contact with females or their young. These bird baby daddies are off to bulk up and restore their strength for the next breeding season.
Meanwhile, sage grouse sisters are doing it for themselves. They are responsible for all of the nest building and incubation of their young. They make bowl-shaped nests on the ground, typically underneath a sagebrush shrub. Females line their nests with leaves, grasses, twigs, and feathers that they pluck from their own chest. They will lay approximately 4 to 11 eggs each, with the incubation period being about a month.
Chicks can feed themselves within minutes of hatching, and at just 5 weeks old, these self-sufficient little babies can fly off confidently.
Sage grouse typically eat leaves, buds, flowers, and insects, but sagebrush leaves dominate the majority of their diet throughout the year.
This right here next to me is sagebrush, and I believe this is silver sagebrush, which is the preferred species for the greater sage grouse. Now, the greater sage grouse doesn't have a gizzard, which is a part of their stomach that usually would help birds digest their food. Since they don't have it, they prefer to eat these softer parts of the plant so that they can actually digest the food and extract the nutrients. Baby chicks actually can't digest the sagebrush quite yet, and so most of their diet actually consists of insects like the one that I'm seeing right now, which is a cute little cricket that's hopping right in front of me.
An adult hen will lead her growing chicks to areas where they can feed, including irrigated pastures, wet meadows, and fields of alfalfa. But as winter sets in, the sage grouse diet shifts to 100% sagebrush.
This property is owned by Nature Conservancy Canada. They specifically chose to protect this area because they know that there is a group of greater sage grouse that use this habitat and have even mated on this habitat. So this is an incredibly important piece of land to conserve. And hopefully I'll get to see our species in it. Oh, how amazing would it be to see these majestic creatures in their natural habitat? Wait, I think I see something. That looks like a moving chicken. Okay, I'm gonna try and find it.
Sage grouse usually live for up to 3 to 6 years. Females tend to live longer because males are more vulnerable when they're strutting their stuff on the leks.
Greater sage grouse predators include foxes, coyotes, eagles, and badgers, but currently their greatest threat is habitat loss. These birds, which were once abundant across the Great Plains of North America, are now unfortunately rapidly declining.
It's estimated that this species went from 16 million birds in the pre-settlement late 1800s to as few as 200,000 remaining today. This reflects the widespread loss and fragmentation of the sagebrush habitat they rely so heavily on. Between 1966 and 2015, sage-grouse populations have declined by 3.5% each year. With such a small population of birds left, they're also highly susceptible to extreme weather events and disease.
Grasslands National Park is home to the only 2 remaining leks left in Saskatchewan, and currently protects just over half the birds remaining in Canada. I'm sure you'll agree, these birds are worthy of protection.
I know I don't want to imagine a world where we lose the greater sage grouse's spectacular mating rituals.
I think I just saw a greater sage grouse fly, and I think it's a greater sage grouse because I heard it make this clucking chicken-like noise, which is very characteristic of this bird. Given that we're in this habitat, oh, chances are high that it could be the greater sage grouse. Wild.
So what should we talk about next? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Keep soaring to new heights. I'll see you later.
Yesterday around this time was when we thought we saw some greater sage grouse individuals. Now upon reflection, it could have also been the sharp-tailed grouse. It's a little bit hard to tell since they look kind of similar. I would have been happy to see either of those birds. Greater sage grouse, obviously, because they're fantastic creatures, but also sharp-tailed grouse because they are the provincial bird of Saskatchewan.